This is the ZenBook Flip, the new convertible notebook from ASUS. It comes equipped with a 360-degree touchscreen and can be used as both a laptop and a tablet. Running Windows 10, this lightweight portable PC aims to be your daily companion. But is it a good laptop? And ultimately, should you get one? Join me for the full review to find out. Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back to another video. So then, the ASUS ZenBook Flip. This is ASUS's answer to the convertible market, and we've seen a whole range of these being released this year. These laptops are also tablets. They have a hinge that actually moves 360 degrees, so you can fold them into any position along the way and use this as a tablet, hybrid, or as a conventional laptop. Now this one features a 13-inch display. This is the base model. It features an IPS 1080p display, but you can actually go to a 4K display if you spend something else. But this is aiming to be very premium, and I believe that it does do a decent job of doing so. It all starts with the design, which is very thin and light. This is an aluminium body and it's very thin and light. They were going for an ultra portable device and they certainly managed to crack it. It's very thin and it's very strong, and ultimately it's a very good looking bit of kit as well. There is a black version, but this is the gold version, which I hope you agree does look very nice indeed. And once you add all of this together, you get a very strong, durable device that is also very good looking. But in terms of build quality, actually everything is really nice here. It's nice to the touch, and while there is some flex to the keyboard, there is definitely some flex to the display itself. When you touch it, when you prod it, it does like to move down a little bit, and if you pick this laptop up and sort of move it around, the screen does unfortunately like to flop a little bit into a downwards position, but generally speaking the build quality is very good. Moving around to the sides of the device, and you'll find plenty of ports here. Here we have a USB 3.0, SD card reader, volume rocker, and a power button. Unfortunately the volume rocker isn't very good, it's spongy and just doesn't work all that well. On the other side of the device you'll find a microphone headphone combo, a micro HDMI, but you do get an adapter, USB 3.1, another super speed USB 3.0, and then the power outlet. Moving to the inside of the device, and here you'll find the keyboard and trackpad, both of which are of a decent quality, though because this is a very thin and light device, the keyboard itself, the keys don't have that much travel to them, and as such there is a fair amount of compromise here to be made. But overall it's actually pretty good for a keyboard that is this thin and this light. I found that typing on it was fairly simple, and you did sort of have to adapt to a certain style of typing slightly. It does feel quite different, but it quickly became easy to type on. As for the touchpad, this too is actually pretty good. I found that all the gestures I wanted to do works really well, the tracking was actually really good, and left and right clicks generally speaking were pretty good. There were a few times that I did miss a few clicks with the right as the bottom right hand side of the trackpad. It's not mushy, but it's not quite everything that it could be, but generally speaking I don't think anyone's going to have any issues with the touchpad or the keyboard on the device, which is very nice to see. As for the rest of the laptop itself, on the bottom you'll find very grippy feet that do a very good job of keeping the laptop stable when used on hard surfaces, and you'll also find your speakers here, and these actually work surprisingly well. I was actually very impressed with how well they did work for such a small device. Take that with a pinch of salt though, because it's going to be fine for light video watching or just general use, but as soon as you want to watch something like a movie on Netflix, or if you do want to move up to some music listening, then obviously headphones are a given. Now as we move on to the display, here's where things do get slightly tricky. Now the great news is that the IPS display has rich colours and is ideal for watching videos in moderate light, and because it's a convertible, it's very flexible the way you use this. It's a very good touchscreen as well, everything's very responsive, and I use this on a plane in the sort of keyboard down in like a weird standard way. And it worked really well. I was playing Candy Crush and I was just watching a bit of video, and it all worked very well, and I really like the flexibility, and this is a portable device, so it's going to be ideal for using in portable applications. But unfortunately there is a massive flaw here, and that is that the display is glossy, it reflects a load of horrible reflections, and it's not really very bright. And as you can see from this footage here, it's horrible to watch dark scenes in a bright room because it just simply doesn't go bright enough. But while the display definitely could use a little bit of improvement, the performance on the device is actually pretty good. It runs Intel's M5 chip, and this is a very respectable chip for medium to light workloads, and most people probably use it for more general use, so things like YouTube, Netflix and all that good stuff. But even if you do want to tackle a bit of light workload, it's going to be ideal. But this is definitely something that's suited more to the travelling man, or of course the travelling woman, that wants to go from place to place with something that will last all day, to which the battery life on this device is very good indeed on my model, and shouldn't really have any issues lasting you the day, as long as you don't do anything too crazy. And while we are on the topic of crazy, I should point out this is not a gaming machine, so if you want to play some games, this isn't really going to be ideal. But if you do have older titles or indie titles, then you probably will be absolutely fine. An example here is Super Meat Boy, which runs in perfect 1080p at 60 frames a second. But there we go, that has been my review of the ASUS ZenBook Flip. Other than the display, which unfortunately is too glossy and not bright enough, the only real problem is the fact that the volume rock is not ideal, it misses a couple of right clicks, and that the SSD is sadly only SATA speeds, it's not M.2, but most people wouldn't notice anyway. So there we go, overall this wins the Top Performer Award, and if they can somehow have a screen that's less reflective, slightly brighter, I would easily be able to recommend this to everyone. But if you do work in bright environments, I would definitely consider avoiding this one, because it's simply not cut out for bright environments. But there we go, that has been my review. A massive thank you to ASUS for shipping this review sample. A massive thank you to all of you guys for watching the video. If you want to see my full written review, I've actually written a full review on this on Trusted Reviews. You can find that in the description below. And otherwise, a massive thank you once again. Amazon link is in the description. Subscribe for more videos like this. Like it if you like it, dislike it if you didn't, and I'll see you in the next video.